Let's make a tier list of the Motogp 2022 graphics. Hi, I'm Paul Guerrero from Sitting Rock Creative. I'm a graphic designer, photographer, web developer, I do a bit of everything. I've worked in the creative department of ad agencies for over a decade, and I thought I could share my opinion. We'll start off with the latest of VR46. It's a great design, not what I expected, but overall, let's just start strong and give that one an A. So we're going to go larger. Overall, I love the elements of it. I thought it was going to be reversed, kind of how they did Misano of last year for the Valentina tribute. I thought this was going to be a precursor for what 2022 was going to look like, but you know, a lot less yellow than I expected. So one thing that I would change is definitely just blast it with yellow. But the thing that really caught my eye was the numbers and the positioning. So the number plate on the front and the tail, they kind of look like motocross numbers, and the tail especially, you know, has a kind of old school Red Bull Rookies look to it. Not a fan of Bezecchi's number, but we can talk about that another time. A solid start. Next, Yamaha factory team. They've kind of had this look for a couple years now. Let's make it big. Had this look for a couple years now. It's okay. Blue and black's not really my favorite colors, so we're gonna say they're a D. So third one, R and F, Yamaha. My initial feeling was it kind of feels like a Moto3 bike because Binder's green power. And fourth one being Suzuki. I really liked when this came out in 2014, 15, 16, whenever it was. It was super clean, just Suzuki, X-Star, you know, a couple of those partner sponsors, and that was it. I just love the hierarchy of Suzuki, really, really big. But now where they're adding in the beer and the Monster Energy at kind of the same level, so it just looks like three huge logos, and I prefer the clean look how it was before. So this one again will be an E. So fifth one, Pramac. You know, the red, white, and blue is nice, but I think it's a little too busy. But I don't hate it. I don't mind it. It's a C. Sixth one, Griseni Racing. I even screwed this one up. Oh boy. Aldo Deruti, what did you and your team do to this poor bike? I have a couple suggestions that, you know, you could look at. Yeah, let's not spend any more time on that. That's a burn it down and start over. F. Next one, Red Bull KTM. So the higher level riders. I love the orange frame, but I think they added the white maybe behind the logo and the bull. Like overall, it's okay. It's kind of going the Suzuki route with enormous logos, but there's just better ones out there. A solid D though. Tech 3 KTM on the other hand, I love just a blast of orange. I think that looks amazing. So everything Moto Racing came up with a good concept where it might be a little too much orange, so maybe a black suit with orange accents would really set this off. But you know, it definitely looks like the factory KTM bike, even though it's kind of a satellite team. But no, I hope they do well. I think both of these guys are going to be really fast. Let's just leave them in C because I love the orange of it. LCR and Demzu. Let's just go up here. It's almost perfect.
We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close.
But they butchered his number here on, I guess, where his calf would go. Right here. And, just even without the number, that would have been a top tier bike. Love it, love the colors, love how everything flows together. You know, it's a good looking bike. But in contrast, LCR Castrol, so Alex Marquez's bike, I don't know what it is about this thing. It's still similar to the other LCR bike, but this blue is just killing me. You know, maybe if it was, you know, a dark green or something like that, but it just seems to be blue just for Alex's branding. I'm not sure anything else around that. So next, moving on to Ducati. I love it. It's very Ducati-like, big bright red bike. I'm not super fan of all the little logos all over the place. So yeah, I love the red. Now that they can move away from the Win Now Philip Morris branding, they can use Ducati red and Lenovo red, and I love it. One of the things that didn't make this just average was the stripe on the wheel here. I love that. It kind of like they use it in drifting to see how, you know, in the slow-mo how the wheel's turning. So I love that. Okay. Next one, Repsol Honda. I really like the design. It's very unique. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Completely, you know, different front end from previous years. The only thing that throws me off is the Honda right here. And I think if we just make that white. Perfect. Because clearly it's a Honda Racing Corporation. Like, we get it. But it's a cool looking bike. At some point they're gonna have to mix it up, but you know, the orange wheels, the Repsol, it's a classic look. Although I do really hate Paul Espargaro's number. You know, maybe make it white with an orange outline. We can talk about that another time, because yeesh, that's rough. And last but not least, my favorite, Aprilia. So let's just throw them right at the top. I absolutely love how this bike looks. Whew, looks great. For a couple of reasons. First off, I love the testing graphics, where it's just black with, you know, raw carbon and white stickers, where this kind of has that same feel. You know, kind of simple with Aprilia really big. And I also like it because it actually looks like one of their road-going bikes. Like, this is the RSV4 factory, and it's not, you know, some elements of this are on their Motogp bike. At the end of the day, they're a factory selling bike, so I love the look of it. If I can make one tweak, it changed the purple in it to green, and it's perfect, 10 out of 10. Or they can go with the blue color they have on the R660, and that doesn't look half bad either. But overall, this is my favorite. I hope they do well. So in closing, you know, I'm kind of partial to bikes that have more gray on it, and then, you know, second tier red and orange, and then blue is my least favorite. Something that is missing from the whole paddock is a green bike. Grisandi, maybe a bright green one would catch people's attention. Maybe Kawasaki could show up at some point. I think that's my biggest gripe with Alex Marquez's bike. Like, if they had green in there, it would definitely be one of the most unique bikes. So along with our family portraits and other sports sessions, we plan to go to more races this year. The first one being at the end of April in New Jersey Motorsports Park. We hope to shoot a couple events there and across the street at Field of Dreams. If you see us, come say hi, and we'll see you out there.